How many times have you ever been to church and heard a sermon about pornography? How many of you have ever gone to church and heard a sermon about masturbation? Man, not a single one of us in this room will have one. But I mean, that's kind of crazy. That means it's something that's not being talked about. So that's what we're talking about. Something else that is a very staggering statistic is that more money is made in the porn industry in 1 year. More money is made in porn in 1 year than Major League Football, Major League Basketball, Major League Baseball, Major League Hockey combined. We spend more money on porn than we spend on sports. Man, that's mind-blowing. 90% of teens have been exposed to pornography in our country, online. The average startup age, the average first time when people see pornography is 11. 11 years old. 90%, that means if we take these first 2 rows and only Megan raises her hand, then everybody else is seeing pornography. I wouldn't put anybody out like that. Like, that's amazing. Like, the majority of us in here have been exposed to it, online especially. The next thing that might surprise you is how many people this affects. Porn is the fastest growing addiction in America among the elderly, among old people. That means the elderly are getting more addicted to pornography than pain medicine. It's okay, let it happen. You don't have that if you want to. But don't think about it too long, it's really gross. Okay? Alright, the next thing that people don't really understand and we don't realize, when we think about pornography, we usually think that it's a guy problem. But of all the people who are addicted to pornography, a third of them are females. And it's one of the fastest growing addictions that females are facing in America. And that's something that blows your mind a little bit. Because you usually think about pornography, you think about guys and guy talk and what guys do, and oh, that's just something that guys have. And no, it's not the truth. It's increasing in popularity among females. And then here's the one that kind of might get you a little bit, because it gets me some. 47% of Christian homes, Christian households, struggle with pornography. About half of the people that you see in church are struggling with a pornography addiction. Now we say pornography addiction, like there's pornography and then there's seeing pornography, but a porn addiction is something else. And it's something that happens very, very quickly, almost immediately in some cases. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. But there's a certain way that I need to start this conversation with you guys instead of jumping right on into the porn talk. The first thing that we need to understand, and this is going to sound a little after-school specialist, but you got to hear this. When we think about sitting in our living room, we're sitting in our living room, we have a fireplace, and there's a fire in the fireplace, right? The fire in the fireplace is warm and cozy, and you get a little mug of hot chocolate and get close to the fireplace, and you put your blanket around you. Some of you sing songs or whatever you do, I don't know. You think about a fire in the fireplace and it's something that's warm and it's something inviting. And you take that fire out of the fireplace and it becomes a totally different thing. If you put that fire in the middle of your living room, it becomes less cuddly. You know what I'm saying? You put that fire like on your hair, it becomes less cuddly. It's a dangerous thing, it freaks you out, it's horrible. The analogy that I'm going to use right now is going to sound stupid, but it's true. Sex is like a fire. Sex is like fire. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a second. Wait, it's coming. First of all, God invented sex. And He did a good job. God invented sex. He made it with us in mind. Right? He made us. He made sex. He created it to be spectacular. He created it to be good. He created the best way for it to be enjoyed. He made this thing and he made it awesome. And then he said, I'm going to do it one better. I'm going to make it a way to do it that is just amazing. And that's what he did. He knew that we would get the most out of sex if it happened in an environment of trust and love and faithfulness and honesty. And that's the kind of environment that God intended for marriage. That He made marriage to be this thing where there would be trust and love and faithfulness, and you wouldn't have to worry about somebody leaving you because they would be there for you unconditionally. So He made this awesome thing. He made it for us. And then He made a way to make it better. He said, I know how you are. I know how you people function because I created you. So I'm going to make this way to have sex that's going to be awesome. If you do it with one person for your entire life,